Hi, everyone, and thank you, Hilton, so much for the very kind introduction. As Hilton mentioned, my name is Brint, and I'm Director of BD and Strategic Partnerships at Lucidchart. I am joining you today from 2 kilometers high in Park City, Utah. I may be American, but I used to live in Europe, and I can use the metric system, shockingly. But jokes aside, I hope wherever you are in the world that you are healthy and well. I also want to thank Andre and the whole LeanIX team for having us. We are thrilled to be here and very excited about our partnership. When Andre first approached us last fall, I have to admit, I didn't know a lot about enterprise architecture, but as a former entrepreneur, I was really excited to dive into a new challenge and learn something new. I've had a lot of fun getting to know this community, learning from our internal enterprise architecture experts at Lucidchart, and especially from the LeanIX team. I also want to let you in on a little secret. We are a bunch of nerds here at Lucidchart. We love data, information, processes, systems. I've got to admit the Star Trek trivia earlier today was right in our wheelhouse, so I'm fairly confident that we all have a lot in common. Today, my goals are to tell you a little bit about Lucidchart. I'll share some details on our exciting out-of-the-box integration with LeanIX, and then offer some real examples of how I think this integration can bring value to you and your teams. So it's no surprise to anyone that business continues to move at a breakneck pace in these times. At Lucidchart, we like to say that the pace of change will never be this slow again. Technology, products, business models are all in a near constant state of disruption, and in an environment where change is the norm, it's more important than ever for us to be able to understand our business so that we can adapt and make the appropriate changes to reach our full potential. And that's really where Lucidchart comes in. Our mission is to empower people to see and understand how their business works so they can innovate faster. Very simply put, visualization and innovation define Lucidchart's core DNA. So what is Lucidchart for those of you who aren't familiar? You can think of Lucidchart as a visual workspace or almost an infinite canvas of sorts that helps you create just about anything, from diagramming highly technical processes to visualizing a migration to the cloud to designing new business architecture. Our collaborative platform makes it easy to understand even the most complex aspects of business. For a local example, here in Park City, there's a reason our Olympic ski athletes visualize winning their gold medal run before it happens. Visualization improves performance. When you see more, it helps you know more and ultimately achieve your goals. Today, as Hilton mentioned, we have over 20 million users across 180 countries and are in 7 different languages. We span 99% of the Fortune 500, serve over 100,000 companies worldwide, and we have over 600 employees across our offices in Utah, Amsterdam, and Melbourne who are dedicated to helping you innovate in your business. One of the reasons that we've been fortunate to achieve this scale is because we work where you work and integrate with all of your daily productivity platforms like Confluence, Jira, Slack, G Suite. And we've also built a growing set of powerful data integrations that do the visualization work for you. And you'll see more of that in the future from Lucidchart. Okay, so why does all of this matter for enterprise architects? Well, understanding enterprise architecture is also growing more difficult, especially in a remote world. Modeling future states of application, information, and business architecture takes discipline, takes creativity, takes teamwork, and let's be honest, that's just pretty hard to do when we're no longer face-to-face. At Lucidchart, we've spoken with many enterprise architects over the years, and we've seen a pattern of common challenges. We've heard that designing and visualizing complex systems is difficult and takes way too much time. We've also heard that understanding the intersections and kind of connected tissue between systems, data, and processes is even harder. And we've heard that communicating designs at the right level of detail to different stakeholders is often more art than science. It just isn't easy to bridge the gap between business and IT. In consideration of all of these challenges, this year we teamed up with LeanIX to take visualization and collaboration to the next level. So now to the fun part. Today, I'm proud to introduce Lucidchart's integration with LeanIX. Our partnership with LeanIX has been terrific and a highly collaborative effort between both of our companies, launched with a common goal to enhance collaboration and architecture modeling. So what does the integration actually do and how can it help? As Andre mentioned earlier this morning, the goal of the partnership is to establish a dynamic tie between LeanIX's diagrams and data and Lucidchart's broad range of template, shape libraries, and diagramming capabilities. At a high level, the integration helps you with a couple new capabilities. First, you can select Lucidchart as a new available diagram type. So you can take complex LeanIX diagrams based on live data and apply Lucidchart's in-depth visualization feature set, spanning styling, layering, data linking, and more. You can also start diagrams from scratch in Lucidchart or import Lucidchart diagrams into your core LeanIX document repository so you can work in LeanIX where you want to work. The interoperability of this integration was very intentional and certainly something that we're all excited about. And finally, you can link Lucidchart diagrams to fact sheets, LeanIX's proprietary EA data source for architectural components, so you can have greater context on other processes and systems that are relevant to specific fact sheets. I could tell you more, but as we have already discussed, there's no better way to understand than to see yourself.
To edit existing LeanIX diagrams in Lucidchart, simply navigate to your diagram of choice in the Diagrams section and select the Export to Lucidchart option. The selected diagram will then open right away in Lucidchart, with all previous shapes and lines intact to let you continue modeling and more accurately represent the current or future states of the enterprise architecture landscape. When creating new diagrams, LeanIX users with workspaces connected to Lucidchart can select a third diagram type to seamlessly create new diagrams directly in Lucidchart. This newly created diagram is automatically added to the LeanIX workspace as a diagram and will behave just like a native LeanIX diagram, which means all LeanIX diagramming functions, such as sharing and adding it to dashboards, are still applicable. The same applies for the existing Lucidchart diagrams, which can easily be imported and used in the LeanIX workspace to leverage the use of visual documentation inside of LeanIX. For example, to link a diagram to a fact sheet, navigate to the corresponding fact sheet in the inventory, go to the Resources tab, and select the LeanIX diagram. It will then be linked to the fact sheet and become displayed in both the Resources tab and on the right within linked diagrams.
That was great. And thanks so much to the LeanIX team for pulling that video together. I also just want to take a minute and thank both of our product and engineering teams who've worked around the clock the past few months and done a tremendous job pulling this integration together. So complementing our integration with LeanIX, Lucidchart offers a variety of additional benefits for enterprise architects that I'd like to touch on. Unlike many other diagramming applications on the market, Lucidchart is easy to use and there's no need to learn some complex new programming language. As we've discussed, Lucidchart helps you visualize processes, information, and data flows. You can design complex technical diagrams like network architecture, server racks, data centers, ERD, UML, ERPs, and the list goes on. With Lucidchart, you get a bird's eye view, or what we call an elevated perspective internally, and something we've heard throughout the day. But you can also zoom in on those nitty-gritty details. Lucidchart also helps you document and monitor processes so you can improve them over time. And finally, Lucidchart helps you share your vision. What I personally love most about Lucidchart is it's not just a place where I can go and be heads down and develop an artifact that will stand the test of time and be a reference point for others in my organization for the future. Lucidchart's also a place where I can work in real time, collaborate with other team members, co-develop projects, or just seek input from other stakeholders to make sure they're bought in from the outset of a project. We also have hundreds of shape libraries and templates that can help you get started on just about any project. Perhaps you want to kickstart a brainstorm with a remote enterprise architecture team and use sticky notes or other digital whiteboarding features. Or maybe you want to manage and build live org charts that overlay compensation and performance data, or kickstart a project with existing design and UI layouts, or even leverage some of our best-in-class product planning templates. Lucidchart has a template for just about every use case imaginable, and the library continues to grow and get better every day. And of course, if any of you have any ideas for new shapes or templates, we're always all ears. Beyond our shape library, I'll also run through a few specific use cases of Lucidchart. Here you can see a business architecture map where you can visualize relationships between corporate strategy, product development, technology, and other systems, and see how all of this interrelates. You can collaborate cross-functionally and get the design right, and you can even create and toggle different layers of this diagram so that you can visualize a variety of different scenarios for your team. Perhaps you want to use Lucidchart as a single source of truth for cloud documentation. Given our powerful data integrations with AWS, Azure, and GCP, you can import your cloud infrastructure directly into Lucidchart and instantly visualize your entire current cloud architecture, organized by cloud, region, compute instance, or other resources as you plan for future digital transformation. Imagine you're tasked with developing a new IT process that you need to standardize across your entire workforce. Well, it's easy to use our drag and drop editor to design the process, and you can even leverage dynamic shapes and data linking features that help you see data flow through these processes in real time. And finally, this is something I know our team at Lucidchart is really proud of. Lucidchart is being used around the world to solve some of the most urgent issues of our time. COVID-19 has forced people and organizations across the globe to quickly and repeatedly adapt to new processes and ways of life. Case in point, this very remote presentation. We recently published a case study on how hospitals and healthcare centers are relying on Lucidchart to document and improve processes to help staff serve patients safely during the rapidly changing pandemic. So to wrap up our time together, I just want to finish by saying that Lucidchart and LeanIX are excited to work with you to enhance collaboration and architecture modeling and support you in any way as you scale your business. We hope this is the start of many more exciting things to come between our companies and the enterprise architecture community. And while this virtual conference has been fantastic, I hope that next time we'll all get to meet in person. At this time, I'd like to introduce several members of my team who will join me for Q&A, including Laura Lutmer, product manager over our data platform team, and Jacob Wisner, product marketing manager who has led our launch efforts, as well as Nihal Yildiz, product manager who oversaw the integration from the LeanIX side. Between the four of us, we're happy to answer any questions that come to mind. Thank you.